time is it now? 1 minute past 4 and I've already done 100 miles. Only 90 to go. I'm back down that Midlands water. You have to bear with me till I get this camera sorted. I don't want to break the speed. There's loads of average speed cameras along this A14 bit. So yeah, anyway, it was a good trip last week. Flying back down now. 9 fish, 3 losses. So happy days, 430s. Not quite sure what I'm going to find, where they're going to be. They seem to be hitting 2 zones at the moment. The weather's drastically changed. The humidity and heat and bright sun of last week is gone. We're down to sort of like cloudy, a lot colder conditions. So that was like 16, 17 degrees nighttime temperatures, up to 24 during the day. And at the moment I've got 11 degrees. They haven't spawned, which is alright. I wouldn't be going if they were. So I don't fish for spawning fish. And if they do while I'm there, I pack up and go. So there you go. Keep that one in mind. No doing a naughty like someone else has said on video. But that's another story, isn't it? I've got some season of gods this time, salt, as well added a bit of hemp. So I want to try and get somewhere and like it's like a little back channel area where they go and see what they've dug out. I'll try and show you, but when I was there last week, I did manage to bait it a few times. They've like created it out in this back channel behind an island, and they like go through. It's just waiting for them to appear in there. Anyway, it just got too busy down there, and people were like fishing it. So I managed to keep bait going in there for a couple of days, and then on the 4th day, when I packed up, so that was 2 days, and I hadn't put any in there. But I'd like to do a bit of stalking. So these spots are like in the silkweed. I mean, it's one, they've dug it right out, probably about, I don't know, 6 inches. It's mental. So it's obviously like there's something in there they want. So I'd like to do a bit of that, prep it up and all the rest of it. I'll try and get it on video, like I said. All I want to do is get straight down there and find them. Known as a hunter at carp, I can't sit in swims. I mean, like on Facebook, I have people and Twitter, right, yeah, asking me what would you do if you approached my water. But like, it's quite simple, isn't it? You know, you can either sit there or camp. But if you're going to ask me that question, it's simple, really. Find them. I don't care if it takes me all day, all night, whatever. You know, if I've got a tuition in the morning, I ain't going to walk for 24 hours or whatever it is, or like travel around after dark. I have a cut-off point, so I'd either go, once I got to a point and that was it, say 15 hours in, 17 hours in, I'd go, if I was concentrating on a lake, I'd go to where the last fish come from, as long as there weren't no one near it, like areas I've been prepping. What do I mean by that? Prepping areas, right? Well, like it's a backup plan. Say you're on an overnighter, for instance. You've got to pack up early to go to work, yeah? So like what I would do is I'd bait little corners up. Places where people ain't fishing back bays. Just can't go everywhere. And there's always somewhere no one fishes, so watch out, matey. So I'd like be discreet, bait them up. What you got to remember, like you got the followers, the sheep shaggers watching you, especially someone like me. So if I chucked a handful of ballies in, the noise is loud and the disturbance is like very visual. But if you chucked a handful of pellets in or corn, right? Okay, it might not be the ballies you're using or whatever, but it's bait, so you can just discreetly walk past, throw a handful in. If it's out in the lake, that becomes a problem. But come night, you can turn around and give it some, because they can hear it but they can't see it. So it's like you're prepping area, but you've got to be aware, and like you've got to be aware. It's like you've got to keep it like to yourself as much as you possibly can, because there's just too many people this day and age, oh so willing, like yeah, with no respect to just like jump you. It's the way of carp fishing now, isn't it? It's no different to the mobile phone carp angler. What you seen, what you know, what you had. So that's what I would do, right? Yeah, and if they're on the top, I'd float a fish. I mean, people say, well, that's cheating, or I can't be arsed. But if you're going to sit there all day in the heat of the day while they're cruising around, unless you're lucky you've got like a high bit on a bar or a shallow plateau, and it's still like a bit dodgy if you're going to get a bite, because you're waiting for like evening time, night, early morning, and if it's a weedy water, the night would be dead, because most weedy waters, especially in the summer, they oxygenate, so that's why you don't get a lot of bites during the night on weedy waters. So once you've located them, what do you do? It's just like, what do you mean, what do I do? I cast a bait to them. I mean, these simple rules I abide by. Find them, cast to them, bait them, catch them. So yeah, but you're known as a filleting merchant. No, I'm not. I might have used to be, but I'm not now. I worry about the bite, because there's far too many sheep shaggers about, and the lakes are far too busy to worry about baiting up. But you know, I think I've said this before, if I do have a hit, they're all waiting, I'd fill it in then. But it's easy to put bait in, but you can't take it out. So get a bite, worry about getting the bite first. I've outlined things like that before, you know, like 3 rods, get them all ready together, because let's say you're chodding like I do. I need to know I'm fishing. I don't want to be casting a marker float around. So at the end of the day, I get 3 rods ready, right, all curved, and I face the water watching for signs. I found them. Where the next one tops is where I'm going to cast a bait, or where I'll see it fizzing, etc, etc. Anything carpy. So the centre rod goes out, say the right or the left hand, up to you. It can be shorter or further than the middle rod. So you're covering like where you've seen the fish show, to the left, to the right, because at the end of the day, if you only see one fish or one set of fizzers, trust me, right, yeah, it's very rare he's on his own. But that's what I need to find, and that's what I like in my carp fishing. It's that hunt, that buzz when you found them, then when you bag them, it's like on par with it. So, and then when you bait up, just put a few baits in a sink. Like the other day, I found them. I thought I'd just chuck one rod out. It was late, hour and a half or dark or whatever. I cast one rod out with a single, right? Yeah, bang, sat back, take. So happy days. So then I put all my other rods are ready, because it was getting late. I'd got centre of this bank to watch 2 areas, so I could I didn't have to worry about getting rods ready and all the rest. Okay, I've got to curve it, but the rigs are checked, the baits are meshed up, the baits are tied on. So at the end of the day, the other 2 rods were ready, so I just had to fuzz them out, redo the next rod, right, yeah, where I caught the first rod where I caught that one, and away you go. And if I've got rigs ready tied up, I haven't got any baits meshed up, which is a bit naughty for me, but I am going to get a load done this trip, so spares. So it's quite easy, you know. I mean, if you're fishing like a barren day ticket water, then the other thing is just fish a dark side rig with bags, of course, so you've got presentation, etc. Have bags made up, have rigs made up, have the bags already tied on, have the baits banded, right, yeah, so that the hair, with PVA, the hair can't get round the bag and tangle around the hook and that. So you just cut one off, put the other on, bang, you're out. Because when you're messing around with like dark side rigs, which I mean bottom bait pop-up rigs, not jodding, it takes ages. Whatever rig you're using, curve the shrink tubing, etc, etc. You know what I mean? So it's good to have a few of them ready tied up, cut off, bang out. Because I would unhook that fish, leave it in the net to calm down, because I look at it like this. Most people get excited, so it's best to calm down and let the fish calm down, because it's too much error to make mistakes. So get the rod back out while that's calming down, right? Because normally if there's one about, there's other about. So while that's chilling out, you've got that rod back out on the spot. I don't like all this marker floating. I mean, I don't know why people can't just cast out. If it's weedy, use a chod. If it's like silkweed, use a solid bag. If it's just hard bottom, clean, just cast a rig out. Put a bag on it if you want. But, you know, I would put a bag out because it gives you presentation, and plus it helps with anti-tangle when you cast it out, so you know everything's bugger then. So anyway, I might be doing a bit of dark side fishing. I might even get the float out, right in the edge, up close and personal, watching them doing their do. You can't beat it. Might get a bit of camera roll in a minute. Whoa. So I'm just over halfway now. And when you like looking for fish, you can find Pacific fish you're after, targeting them. Hold on a minute. Whoa. And then you can learn how they're picking up baits, etc, etc. It's mental watching them. So many times I see people, they haven't got like decent glasses. I get asked that question a lot. Good set of glasses. I mean, go for an amber lens, which is a yellowy colour. Always carry them. Don't ever take them out your vehicle. Leave them in the vehicle, in the glove box. Anyway, I ain't going to turn this on no more until I found them, so I am out of here.